Late adopter. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar, because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin and altcoins and everything else, right guys? 9 a.m. exactly on the dollar. How's everybody doing, guys? Unfortunately, I think this relief rally, the dead cat bounce, call it whatever you want to call this pump and dump scheme, is right now over. I don't know if it's actually over or not, so we're gonna examine that. Is there a possibility for a bounce up here? But it does look very, very bearish. It does look very, very bearish. How's everybody in the chat doing, guys? How's everybody in the chat? Bliatman first is there. Batch Guitar tries. Mike trying, but I'm too. So is crypto dead? Yeah, of course it's dead. It's always dead. It's been dead for a year now. Now we have to revive the Bitcoin, right? That's what you have to do. Dr. Fragrance, Halco. Volcan, Halco, first, last, unless there's more stimulus. Nah, stimulus doesn't matter. First, last. Vinit, John, who more? Ronald, John. Yeah, those are the guys. There are not that many guys in the chat right now. I'm guessing because we are two minutes before on the dollar. All good, listening to you at work. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna go do this quick and dirty way today. Bitcoin is right now up 0.5%, but it dumped down yesterday something like, yeah, it closed at 6.26%, but it was down, you know, almost 8% on the day. So it was pretty big dump yesterday. Now, the biggest problem up here is we went below 39.8. So if we zoom in right down here, you'll see, I mean, we're going to remove this line up here. If you look at these lines, this white and red line, that's the 10 and 20 moving average. What you're gonna see here, well, we technically managed to hold above, just barely above the 10 moving average, up here, but we opened below the moving averages. We opened below the moving. So down here is where we opened today, and if you remove the price, you'll see that we are below the moving average. So we started below the moving averages. So this is a little bit choppy up here, but we did actually indeed close below at least 20 moving average, 100% sure. Not this one up here. So we are down right now, and it's a not good move. Like the best case scenario for this move up here was actually stay choppy up here a little bit, and you know, maybe move slowly towards downside, maybe get some kind of support up here, you know, climb. But you know, the big fast move right back down again to this moving average, even breaking that on the downside, is quite bad, guys. It's quite bad. Like there is no other way to say it. There was a trend line up here that's still holding a little bit up here. If we break this trend line down here, it's a very short-term trend line. I think this can be seen even on the 4-hourly time frame up here, something. Let's go up here. So maybe it's this one. I think it's something like this up here. This actually got broken already. I was actually thinking it's not broken, but maybe this one down here as well, because there are 2 weeks on the downside down here. Could be this one. Could be this one. I think it's more like this over here, because there are so many, you know, so many nice hits on these wicks on the downside. See the wick, very nice. So maybe we already broke this trend back to the downside. Right now what we are having is just a small pullback towards the upside, but it doesn't look bullish either way, however you look at it. The fact that we just dumped straight down even faster than we went up. So we went up like this, but we dumped down like, you know, straight down, right back down again below the supports and so forth. It's not a good sign. Over here it might seem that we are holding just, you know, that we are having a retest on the line, so we are still gonna give it a little bit more time, but it does not look good, guys. It does not look good. There was also this line up here, maybe somewhere. I forgot where we did draw the lines, so maybe we are only retesting this triangle up here, but we should not be retesting it that fast, especially when you break out of the triangle. When you break out of the triangle, any kind of triangle, I mean, you don't go, you know, you go out, you retest, and then you go and retest bigger. You don't go up to the resistance and then all the way back down again. You know, it kind of looks very, very shady right now. You know, this isn't normal, you know, breakout out of the triangle and then retest on the triangle. I mean, the retest should come, you know, breakout, retest, and go up, right? You don't go up, you know, you don't go up to, you know, 45,000 and come back down. Oh, we're just retesting the triangle. Nah, it does not work like that. We went way too high up. This is not a retest. This is not a retest on the line, although the line is still in effect, and you know, we're still holding the line. and maybe even this line down here, wherever that line is, should be, or is, or not is, or something like that, right? But there is definitely this line down here on the bottom that is still holding, right? So, you know, we are still holding some kind of lines up here. I'm gonna, you know, look at it more, but I think this upper line is more important than the line. You can see here we came almost on the dollar to the support line on that one. But, you know, it's not something that should happen, you know, it's not something that should happen, and we should probably have, you know, stopped somewhere around here on the move or something, you know, maybe bounced up here. But we went through everything, literally everything. Right now on the 4-hour time frame, you can see up here that we are trying to get back above the moving averages, trying to hold here, you know, but the bullishness is not quite there. Maybe just waiting for these moving averages to come a little bit down, maybe to break them again and go try again. But I think we need to see what's gonna happen right now down here on the small time frames to actually, you know, be bullish or bearish, you know, 100%. But it's not a good sign, you know. The first move down here, it's not a good sign. So I'm thinking that this rally towards upside, you know, it's already over. You know, we came up here, we tried, you know, a couple of times up here to go towards, you know, above the resistance. We failed at, you know, majorly, and this is a big move, guys. This is not a small move. I mean, this triangle up here, or, you know, however you draw the triangle, this consolidation, this move outside of this consolidation phase towards the upside, this is not a small move, guys. We have been dumping so much down, and then after the first move, the very first resistance, major resistance that we, you know, encounter, we got rejected majorly by that, and right back down again. So this is not the best kind of, you know, bullish signal or anything like that. So what's gonna happen right now here on the downside? There might be some kind of pattern going on in here. Now the bottom line is, I think it's pretty easy to draw. Maybe it's something like this. Maybe something like this. And the upper line, I was thinking this might be looking something like a rising wedge towards upside. So I'm still thinking it might just be rising wedge. There are of course other ways to actually, you know, draw this, but, you know, depends on which kind of, maybe it's some kind of channel. You can see here this channel up here. If you remove the line, it looks like a channel, so it could be a channel as well, right? But whether this is, you know, rising wedge or a channel, if it starts going below the lines over here towards downside, especially this line down here as well, it might indicate more move towards downside. So I think I'm gonna go with this rising wedge up here. I think I'm gonna go with rising wedge up here. And if you see the move that right now, because right now this got overextended toward downside, we starting flagging a little bit towards upside up here right now. And if you because you see we failed 2 times to get above the certain resistance up here, right? Certain resistance up here. This was actually confirmation of that break. So if we start going on the downside down here, I would assume we are going to go back down to some kind of 29.5 levels down here again, and then, you know, the question comes, are we going to continue breaking further towards the downside? Because what's happening right now on the charts over here is some kind of a, you know, short-term relief rally, dead cat bounce, call whatever you want to call it, after this impulsive move towards downside. So we had a big impulsive move towards downside over here, and right now we are trying, you know, to have some kind of, you know, move towards upside or something like that. Maybe even going to create some kind of longer term, you know, bear flag up here before we continue more towards downside. I'm gonna keep you updated, you know, what's happening up here, because right now it's a little bit undecisive what's gonna happen, you know, especially on the daily time frame. We only got 2 days down here, so I cannot tell you much. Like once you have a lot of days in certain range, you can, you know, kind of predict, you know, what's gonna happen next. But, you know, once it starts happening, you know, it's really hard. Then you have to go down to the small time frames, try to read the small time frame, try to figure out what's the next move, and try to predict what you know, the bigger time frames are gonna do, and after that, you know, what's gonna, you know, be the, you know, the bigger outcome of all of that. But there is definitely a trend line up here, very important one up here, something like this, maybe, give or take. Let's use the weekend downside down here. It does look nice. So if we for whatever reason break even this trend line on the downside, we are technically back in this falling channel up here, whether it's a falling channel or a wedge or whatever that is, you know. Up here should be something like this. Let's say it's something like this up here. Once we fall back into that, you know, it's only a matter of time when we are gonna get all the way down to the target area around 22 to 25,000, give or take. So I think the bounce is done. I think we need to see some kind of a movement again towards upside, but it's just a huge rejection of the very important resistance. Yes, we are sitting on the support right now, but you know, the what are you gonna call it? The reaction from the support is not that interesting. The reaction from the support is not that interesting. It's quite bad reaction. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out. Oh man, I just woke up, guys. I just woke up. Sorry about that. Can we have a poll for what is the bottom? Okay. What kind of numbers? What is the bottom? This is it. 29, 27, 29. Now we gotta say 27, 29, 25, 27. Now, 27 plus 25, 27. You know what? 27 plus 25. No, not 20. Yeah, 25, 27, 22, 25, less than 22. More than 27. Okay, there we go. Waves is also done. Waves is kind of going kind of sideways right now. It did pump a lot though. It did pump a lot. I don't know if it's done. It does look like, you know, this this move on the bigger time frames right now. 4-hour time frame is getting very close to the ending. This trend got broken right now. It's trying to get this you know, these moves are going kind of, you know, kind of some like this sideways over here, right? It's kind of curving to the side. It might be look good, but this curving might just drop a little bit, you know, curving might drop a little bit and get, you know, and then continue towards the upside, you know. But when anytime that when something is this bullish, you know, you gotta take it seriously. You gotta take it seriously. So we won't analyze too much waves, but you know, it does seem to be, you know, bullish. But you know, this move was very fast. Then you had a pullback. Right now you're getting this secondary move up here. There might be some kind of rising wedge up here that's gonna break out of this rising wedge. I'm not gonna look at it, but I'm just looking at it, right? You know, just by seeing this might be some kind of rising wedge up here that might break on the downside once, you know, this hits some certain levels up here. But if you see on the, you cannot see it on daily, maybe you can see it on the 8-hourly time frame up here. Now let's see 6. I think it might pump again. You know, it's very scary because, you know, you would assume that, you know, big move should you know, pull it down, but you know, when something is bullish, don't underestimate it, guys. When something is bullish, let it go. You know, like just because everything is dumping down, you might think, hey man, Tron should dump down too. But Tron is not dumping, guys. Tron is not dumping. Where's Tron? Here is Tron. It's down minus 1.36%. But it's not dumping, guys. It's not dumping. It's still going up. Like everything is dumping down. We are going through capitulation phase. But Tron is still holding, you know, still, and, you know, doesn't care. Alright. So just because when something is bullish, let it be bullish, you know, right away. Don't try to be, you know, contrarian on anything. Like if something looks stupidly bullish, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, ride the wave, do whatever you want to do, right? But selling the wife and dog, the car, and the compact disc player. Yeah, that compact disc player is definitely gonna add to your, you know, portfolio. Tron holders are diamond heads. Captain is in the chat. I don't, Captain. Do you think Cardano will go lower down short term? If Bitcoin does, and we expect Bitcoin to do, especially after this move, we're gonna know after this move whether we're gonna have the bottom or not. So the move that's happening right now on Bitcoin, I think, is very important, guys. It's very important. So we got rejected by the first big major resistance up here. We came back to the support and we even failed that support a little bit. We closed below above it. We're trying to get it back above it. If we close today above down here and start, you know, moving towards downside, we need to see what's gonna happen right now over here. right? This might be just the first move towards more downside, but it needs to confirm this move towards downside a little bit more, I think. And if that starts happening, guys, if that starts happening on the downside, I'm thinking that we're gonna have a major move towards downside. Now, if you have a major move towards the downside, all the coins that have previously been correlated with Bitcoin are still gonna be correlated with Bitcoin. There will, of course, be a couple of coins that are not correlated with Bitcoin and are doing their own thing. But you know, if you find those coins, good luck with that. But you know, up here, the most likely scenario right now, I think, is still more downside. We need to see if this bounces and continues up here out of this, you know, very nice you know, pullback to the downside, because a lot of people get bearish up here. First of all, there is a lot of people shorting down here, so we went straight up. Right near up here, there is a lot of people longing, so we went straight down, right? But we are still you know, we are still up from the bottom down here. So once we start going down here, we're gonna see that and start breaking this on downside. That's gonna be, you know, what we're still looking at, some kind of bottom around 14 June. So we still got 12 days left. It's less than 2 weeks right now, guys. And like we said before, if you survive, I'm just watching Juveniles tonight. Juveniles. Yeah, there is the Captain. There is a thing in Norway going on right now. There is a guy in Norway who escaped the prison. So this guy, see this guy, last police gives pictures. So right now, this guy killed 2 people and he escaped the prison. Well, technically he did not escape the prison. He walked out of the prison because he was let out on parole or something like that for, you know, a couple of hours. So he was in Trondheim and he took plane to, and he was only allowed to be in Trondheim. So he took the plane to Oslo, and right now police is looking for this guy. So it's a big thing. It's all over the news. You know, people are, oh, he did that, he did, you know, he did this, he did that. He's over here, he's over there, you know. So it's a lot of excitement about that. Yeah. Nothing ever happens in Norway, so we got, you know, I'm betting when, you know, in USA, you know, somebody escapes, you know, prison, everybody's like, another one, yeah, okay, we're gonna get him, you know, he's gonna come back in a couple of hours, you know, after he does another crime or something like that, right? But here, somebody, you know, doesn't come back from parole, you know, and, you know, all the news are up and going and everything is, you know, desperate people are dangerous people, yeah. My short, it also made a quick 35 bucks. That's nice, that's nice. I think was that you? Yeah, Perms Crypto also did a short at 38% from 38.1. So, you know, people did nice. Rolf, the relief rally didn't even begin. No, relief rally is done. This was shakeout party. Yeah, this was shakeout party. That's why we are looking for more moves. I mean, we still got the resistance at 31.32. Nothing has changed on this, but it's not good sign so far. It's not good sign so far, right? So we are definitely looking at 1 hourly time frame up here, down here. We are definitely looking at this 1 hourly time frame. Maybe even something like this up here. This looks like nice. Let's go to the small time frames. Now, small time frames, although they are hitting these lines, maybe something like this. Let's be a little bit gentleman and say it's something like this up here. The upper one is a little bit tricky because it could be like something like this up here, right? It could be something like this up here where we broke towards the upside, right? Short-term triangle up here broken towards the upside. That could definitely be that. On the other hand, it does, you know, have other resistance line like this one over here that it is creating this channel. So you got this channel going on, and we are still inside the channel. Although we did break out of maybe of this triangle up here, there is a kind of channel up here. And people are gonna say, man, yeah, but this one up here, this is the problem because you only have 2 touches up here. You know, there are a couple of touches up here, and it might be this one, so you're gonna see. But we're gonna see, it doesn't matter. This is the line down here, you know, we are watching the line. There are some lines on the upside, you know, I'm gonna be looking at. If something happens, you know, that tells me that this is not, you know, either bullish or bearish, and, you know, some moves does happen, I will post a video on it and tell you how this actually plays out. But right now, you know, we are looking at it. When it was all bad in 2018, how you sticked with crypto? I didn't, man. I sold when we started crashing towards downside. We were down here and I sold. I was sticking, you know, with everything up here, but over here I sold. Over here I capitulated and sold. But you know, if you're asking me how I stick with crypto when everything is bad news and stuff like that, is because I just understood that, you know, technology is gonna stay, you know, technology is there, technology is not going anywhere, and everybody was so bearish and this and that, you know, but you know, and you know, this all down here, it's just like right now, you know, the first year, you know, everybody had optimism, this is gonna go up, this is gonna go, this is gonna buy. It's same thing is happening all over again. Let me show you guys. We are on daily time frame. Let's split the chart up here a little bit. So this is 2018, right? And what's happening right now? Let's go to the daily time frame up here. This is not Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. The same thing is happening again, guys. Over here, we have always been, you know, thinking, oh, this is gonna go. So everybody has very much hopes, right? The same thing happened over here. Every time it goes up, you hope it's gonna go up, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go up. So you have a lot of hopes in this part over here, right? You have a lot of hopes. So it's very easy to stick with crypto because there is, but all the hope gets killed, right? All the hope gets killed, right? Every time you think it's gonna go up, you know, it goes down, and all the bears are like, yeah, we're winning, yeah, and you're like, oh my god, right? But over here, it kind of all hopes goes out of the window. This like, hey, it's dead, you know, it's finished. The same thing happened over here. It's dead, it's finished. Right now, we're expecting even more death down here, right? We are expecting this capitulation phase to happen right now, down here, to be finished with it. But down here, it was actually not that bad, guys. Down here, it wasn't that bad. I mean, that it was, you know, the space was so empty, nobody had any hope left, right? So, but it was not that bad because, you know, we are at bottom. We are still talking about, you know, whether this is the bottom or this bottom is down here or down here at 1.7. You know, we are still talking about that, right? But we knew pretty much that this is, you know, as low as you can get, you know, and you know, I think the hope was actually building up here. So after this rally towards the upside, you know, everybody was, yeah, finally going up, right? So, but I think the most painful part is not actually down here. This is actually quite easy part. What's happening right now is very easy. This is the most painful part because you kind of know that you are in the bear market. You kind of know that you are, you know, that the bull run is up, but you always have this hope that it's gonna go up. So your hopes and dreams always gets crushed down every single time, and that's the most painful part. The same thing goes over here. I mean, the people have so much hopes and dreams up here. After, you know, up here, you know, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go up. Oh man, okay, it's gonna go up now. Nah, man. Oh, it's going up, you're gonna go up, you know, yeah, we're gonna go up, you know. Oh man, it's gonna go up, no, it's gonna go up, no, it's gonna up, no, it's gonna up, no, and then down, you know. This is the painful part. So, you know, painful part. So once this is done, people are gonna be like, ah, whatever, you know, let's just accumulate. They don't care about going up, they care about more about going down. And once that happens, you know, we reverse and we go up. But as long as people think that we are gonna go up, you know, we cannot continue going up. We cannot continue going up, right? So when we get down there, and people are started calling, because up here people are calling for, you know, higher, but down here people are calling for lower, and that's when it turns around. The same thing here, people are calling for higher, some kind of highs, right? But it's down here when we start calling for lows, you know, that we're gonna turn around and go to in the other direction. I think this one needs to be an NFT. Listening bear market story. Every candle. So we've been saying, guys, this is, you know, the capitulation phase is gonna, doesn't last that long. Good morning, TLA. Tika mentioned the Bitcoin super cycle indicator trading. Yeah, he's using that a lot. We don't use that. 8ball always gives an answer. Do you ever sleep? Yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for stopping by. Let's see how much, what the answer on the poll is. How many people think how long we're gonna go? What is the bottom? Less than 22. 35% think less than 24. 35% think it's 22 to 25. Only 18% think it's 25, 27, and more than 27. Only 10% is like, well, damn, I just got here. Yeah, we started a little bit late, unfortunately, and you got even later, and there's that. How's your 400 doing? Still at 400, man. I haven't done a trade, you know. I haven't done a trade. I'm not a trader, you know. I see these traders that are doing like 4 or 5 trades a day. I'm like, how can you emotionally, you know, do that? Like, how do you figure that out, you know? Like, I know, yeah, price might, you know, bounce down here, but, you know, when it comes to entries, it's a lot easier to just go to the, you know, weekly time frame or, you know, daily time frame, you know, zoom something like this, you know, and then you see, oh, you know, the bottom is somewhere down here. I'm just gonna dollar cost average down here, you know, down here. It's goodbye. So it doesn't matter if you buy it, you know, 22,800, 22,700 or 26, because there is no leverage, you know. It's just easier, like, you know, you just buy, you just kind of know there is bottom down here, you know, and maybe in a short term you go a little bit down, but eventually, you know, you go up. It's a lot easier just spot buy and just hodl over a little bit longer term, looking at the big time frames, then try to do a trade on the you know, 1 hourly time frame or something like that, and figure out, you know, the next moves, and then get in and get out and stuff like that. Too much watching charts, man. Too much watching charts. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow 9 AM Central P time on the dollar. I'll also post some updates on Bitcoin once I see something is happening up here. So I'm gonna try to keep you updated throughout the day. So I set the notifications on, you know, bell button, all, and everything. And also you can join the free Telegram channel down below to get all of the notifications for all of the videos, because I'm right now gonna try to, you know, post a little quicker updates for people in a short format to see if that actually helps me with my YouTube views and YouTube subscribers. That's it, guys. See you around. Where's the stop button? There's the stop button. Thanks, guys. See you around. Bye bye. We're gonna shill KuCoin, guys. Join KuCoin. 20% off just today.